They used Obama and Kamala. See how the names sound the same? Obama and Kamala. Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala. Look at this mixed race bull. Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama. I'm going to expose the contradiction. How can you be ready to cancel Drake, allegedly, for only being black, allegedly, when it benefits Drake, but you're not ready to cancel Kamala Harris when she's only black when it benefits her? That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. How can Drake be wrong for only being black, allegedly, when it benefits him, but Kamala Harris is not wrong for only being black during the election season?
The interesting thing about Drake and Kamala is Kamala doesn't have any ties to Black America at all. Drake's got a Black American dad from Memphis and a white mama. He's considered biracial. In the past, we've heard him say that he was black. We always hear he's Canadian, which is his nationality, and Jewish. Kamala doesn't have a Black American parent at all. Kamala's mama is not Black American. Kamala's daddy is not Black American. Her mama is a red dot Indian, not to be confused with American Indian. We have to make the distinction because I see a lot of black folks playing dumb right now, acting like they don't know what India is. But yeah, that's her mama's side. Then her dad is multiracial. Yeah, he was born in Jamaica, but Jamaica is a country. You have white Jamaicans, Chinese Jamaicans, Indian Jamaicans. Her dad is mostly Indian, mixed with Irish. He never claimed black relatives, but they're desperately trying to conjure up a black great-great-grandma somewhere as if that's going to make this lady Black American. Yes, Kamala was born on U.S. soil, but she moved to Canada as a minor, raised in the Canadian school system just like Drake. So it's all very interesting that Not Like Us came out against Drake, but what Kendrick Lamar is saying also lines up with Kamala the cosplaying chameleon, who's worse because she's trying to get the power to wipe out Black Americans completely. The full government power. If you think they sabotaged us under Obama, well, Obama 2.0 with Kamala is going to straight up take Black Americans out of existence. Dr. Umar, he's got a lot to say as usual. This time he's addressing contradictions in Black America, this whole situation with Kamala, as well as the NABJ. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and get into it.
If Drake is wrong for only being occasionally black, then Kamala Harris is equally as wrong for only being occasionally black. Or do we have some kind of feminist privilege? Or do we have a radical black feminist privilege operating in our community? Or do we have a radical black feminist privilege operating in our community? Because I'm trying to understand how Drake gets canceled for being a part-time African. How Drake gets canceled allegedly for being a part-time African, but Kamala Harris doesn't get canceled for being a part-time African. That's contradiction number one. That's contradiction number one. I've seen multiple clips of Kamala Harris identifying as South Asian, never clarifying that she's also an American African or Caribbean African.
Becoming the first Indian American woman to be nominated as a vice presidential candidate in America.
I stand before you as the first candidate for vice president of the United States of South Asian descent.
I've seen multiple clips of her claiming to be South Asian and East Indian, but rarely do I see her claiming to be American African or Caribbean African or Jamaican African. That is a contradiction. That is a contradiction. Let me deal with another contradiction. Y'all say that y'all can't trust mixed race Africans. Y'all say y'all can't trust mixed race Africans. Some of you say that mixed race Africans are not black. Of course, I completely disagree with you morons, but some of you say that mixed race Africans are not black. Of course, I completely disagree with you morons, but here's my question. Here's my question to the Democratic Party plantation slaves of America. If you don't trust mixed race Africans, why are you caping for Kamala Harris? Let me ask that question again. You said you don't trust mixed race Africans, and you said mixed race Africans are not black. So if you don't trust mixed race Africans, and if mixed race Africans are not black, why are you caping for Kamala Harris?
Crazy part is Kamala isn't a mixed race African. She's also not black American. She's a mixed race Indian. She's not half Indian and half black. That's just a lie they've been trying to make us believe. Then they keep trying to put all the mixed race people that's half Afro in the same category as Kamala, when Kamala is not like them either. Listen, if you have a black parent, Kamala is still not like you. She don't have a black parent. She's Indian mixed with another kind of Indian and white.
Help me understand. You're raising millions of dollars for a mixed race part-time African, but you claim they're not black, but you're calling Kamala Harris black. Please make it make sense. Can somebody make it make sense to me? I need one of you Democratic Party plantation slaves to explain to me how, on the one hand, mixed race Africans are not black, but you're calling Kamala Harris a black candidate for president. You just said mixed race Africans are not black, but you are calling Kamala Harris a black candidate for president. You can't make this up. We're going to expose all the contradictions tonight. We're going to expose all the contradictions. Does anybody remember Vice President Kamala Harris tweeting out a picture of minorities who own businesses, saying her and President Biden support minority businesses, and she didn't have a single black person in the picture? Who remembers that? Who remembers the infamous Kamala Harris tweet? A whole bunch of minorities, not a single black person. Listening comprehension disability. Contradiction number 3. Can we deal with this National Association of Black Journalists panel discussion with Donald Trump? Can we please deal with that ridiculous? Can we deal with that ridiculous black feminist National Association of Black Journalists panel discussion with Donald Trump? Let me expose the contradiction. First of all, I love all 3 of my beautiful black sisters. I love all 3 of my beautiful black sisters. Let me just say that right from the start. I only got one question for you, sisters. Why did you not see fit to have a single black man represented on that panel? Y'all claim that black men don't want to support you. You claim that you have to do it all by yourself. You claim black masculinity is at an all-time low, but at the same time, you didn't represent no black men on that panel. 3 women and Donald Trump. Make it make sense. I'm not saying black women are not competent. My sisters are competent. My sisters are intelligent. My sisters are capable. My sisters are worthy. This is not a denigration of the divine African female principle. That's not what this is about. This is not a repudiation of black femininity. I'm talking about balance. As African people, we believe in balance. As African people, we believe in balance. Why was there no gender balance on that conversation panel with Donald Trump? Why was there no gender balance on that panel discussion with Donald Trump? I'm simply asking a question. I'm simply asking a question. Black men will ask different questions than black women, because women are not men and men are not women. And if there was 3 brothers on the panel, I would have asked them, why was there no sister? If there were 3 brothers on the panel, I would have asked them, why were there no sisters represented on the panel discussion conversation with former President Donald Trump? We got to stop moving out in an imbalanced fashion. If you have an imbalanced approach, you're going to have an imbalanced solution. If you have imbalanced tactic, you're going to have an imbalanced communication. You're going to have an imbalanced community. Black women, don't go nowhere without your men. Black men, don't go nowhere without your women. United we stand, divided we fall. I said united we stand, divided we fall. That's why I take pictures with African women. That's why I take pictures at my events with my African queens. I'm going to take 100 pictures tomorrow at Eastern Michigan University with my voluptuous, my beautiful African queens of Flint, in Muskegon, in Big Rapids, in Inkster, in Highland Park, in Detroit, in Ann Arbor, in Ypsilanti. I'm going to take pictures with all my beautiful African sisters in Michigan this weekend because I'm showing the balance. I'm showing the love and the appreciation for the great divine feminine, and I need the great divine feminine to show love and appreciation for the great divine masculine. That's another contradiction. No black men on the NABJ panel, complete contradiction.
I was definitely almost surprised by how there wasn't any representation or presence of a black man on that panel discussion with Trump at the NABJ. And of course, I don't think just any man should have been selected. They definitely should have had a masculine man, not a sassy man or an emotional man like Roland Martin, but a real man should have been up there that you could depend on to be professional and also ask questions that black people really needed the answers to, like the migrant crisis in cities like Chicago and New York that's destroying and undermining the black community, inflation, cost of living, food, home affordability at the lowest percentage of our lifetime, the ongoing insurance crisis, auto, home insurance, the cost of energy, the economy, and business and job opportunities that can help restructure the Black American family so our median wealth isn't down to zero and wiped out by these folks giving so-called black opportunities to these other groups, making Black Americans a permanent underclass, i.e. giving thousands of dollars to illegal immigrants. Those are the questions they should have been asking Donald Trump, and if Kamala ever sat down for an interview, they should ask her that too. There should definitely be a focus on how they will fix the issues we're experiencing under the Biden-Harris administration. Trump, he's got his policies out there, but Kamala never gave any agenda. They just pushed her out there and said vote for her because she's black. And then of course, we have to have the conversation on what they will specifically do for Black Americans.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
This was pretty interesting with Umar. You know, he's always got a lot to say. Let's go ahead and continue this conversation below in the comments. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Marlon. I appreciate you, Marlon, for all of your support, as well as Rob P. Shout out to our sisters Starlet and Keisha. Thank you, Melvin G, Caleb, Dark Power, and Eric. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.